collaboration that we celebrate the exceptional talents and the remarkable achievement of founding Dreamosity 15 years ago, along with the launch of your publication this year. Let's give her a hand. Because she declared at our January meeting where we do for our annual word for the year that she is published, right?
Yes.
Isn't that your word?
Yes.
That was her word for the year, and she has accomplished that. What edition are you on?
6.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I was Miss February.
She was
Exceptional connection. So Dreamosity, which began as a blog, I remember you telling me this, combining dream, curiosity, and generosity, right? Dreamosity has grown into a vital service that's helping businesses and people to bring their ideas to the limelight, right? So your passion and drive and entrepreneurial spirit have not only fueled your success, but have also inspired those around you. So thank you so much for your unwavering commitment to excellence, your support in launching our champion program, which I couldn't have done without you, and for stepping up to be the very first founding champion connector.
Wow.
Yes, she did. She was our beta test to make sure that, it actually worked. So your leadership and dedication have laid the foundation for our community's success, and we're excited to see where your journey is going to take you the next 15 years.
Yay.
So take it away, Marcel.
Awesome. Thank you. And I have cards up here. If you guys don't know me that well, I want you to take one of these. But I remember driving up and down I-5, just bawling my eyes out, thinking, life sucks. I hate it here. What do all those signs mean? How do you get your sign on your name on a building? And I would drive around very frustrated because I was working at Boeing and I hated it. They put this butterfly in a box and I felt trapped and I was very angry. And so, where do I want to work? I don't want to go work at McDonald's or Taco Bell or Nordstrom. I'd already worked at Gap Kids, so I did a lot apparently. I had this chip on my shoulder and I was so frustrated. And I remember quitting Boeing, and it was actually a subcontractor, but I told my dad, I was like, Dad, isn't there a company out there that just helps people build their dreams? I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to be stuck. And he said, no, honey, get a real job. And I was like, Anyways, so I didn't listen because I'm rebellious. And I wanted to create something. I wanted to do something. I didn't know what, but I started a website called dreamosity.com. And inside this orb, the reason I'm holding this, there's a blue orb, blue, white, teal, because our dreams are always moving, right? When I was upset going down the freeway, I didn't have a dream. I just didn't like where I was. So I wanted to create a space in the world, in the marketplace, where people could say, hey, Marcel, I'm over here, and I want to do this, right? And so for the last 15 years now, I've been helping people navigate that journey. Small fact, Dreamosity has been run from 4 different states and over 10 different residents. So I move a lot, I travel a lot. I've had a hard time finding who am I gonna be forever, right? So I'm still on this, what's my next dream? And this publication, who's seen the publication? It's like a magazine, but it's really my newsletter because I was late to the newsletter game. Anyway, after working with a political project a couple years ago, I saw this county in a whole new world, and I was like, oh, there's a lot of problems. Now I know I was that kid, kind of depressed and worried. It's there wasn't a place to go, and so I keep trying to get back to that. How do I help people navigate and win? So one of my very first clients, she was a photographer. She's like, how do I take these photos and get them on the interweb? How do I get them online? And so I would help her edit her blog posts and just tell her story of these famous photos that she was taking. This was down in California at the time. And it was fun, it was easy, I loved to write. I had studied at school up at Western for business and English, and I wanted to help people who had a dream. She had a dream. And then get this, a couple months later, I got referred to the guy, Les Brown. Who knows Les Brown? Motivational speaker, and he had a dream. He was stuck at 35,000 fans on Facebook. He's like, I want to help 100,000 people. That was his dream. And me, conservative old me, didn't like advertising. I couldn't put through advertising. I was like, those signs can't tell me how to be or how to feel, right? Anyways, I had to learn advertising really, really quickly. So I helped scale him from 35,000 fans to 100,000 fans on the internet, and he hit his dream of helping 100,000 people. And I felt really good part of that. So now I'm very pro advertising because I want people to learn. Like, if you've got a big dream, there are tools, whether it's a sign on a building or a bus wrap around a bus or producing a movie or Facebook ads. Like, there's a lot of ways to get there. And so I just get really excited. So yes, it's a social media company. Yes, I do trainings. Yes, I help people with presentations. But I want to help people with the dream, and so I share that with you because my dream's still evolving, and I'm looking for people who are, I don't like my life, they're driving around, they're sad, they're fresh. Nobody's helped them tease out that idea, that dream, whether it's a startup or 20 years in the game. If they've got a dream and they're not hitting it, like Brien said earlier, you may need to build your team and have people around you who know something that we just don't know how to do. So that's a little bit on the past. I've helped a lot of people, I don't know, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram. That's been my main thing for the years because I understand them. Present day, so the last 2 years have been like major health journey, worst 2 years financially for the business. And coming out of that, I've got a new vision, again from that political event, seeing all these things, I'm like, okay, there's huge opportunity. And if you think about this, everything you see on the internet comes from somebody like me, or Cyndi, or Brien, or Kim. They're coming from VAs, social media managers, graphic designers. This is what I'm gonna call the creative class. I feel the creative class has an opportunity to rise up and do so much more good in the world. The opportunity for creatives to rise, and I say creatives, and I also mean thought leaders, people with a book, people who want to write a course, people who want to develop a message and present it to the world, even if that world might be, 80 neighbors, or 8,000, brides to be. Who knows what that may be? So I get really excited when brands come to me and they have a story, but they're nervous or they're scared or they're shy, and they're like, how do I tell the story? How do I enroll people into my vision? And so I really, really support people who are creating a new and a better way. And so I want to encourage you guys, you all have the opportunity. Every video, every time you see something and you're like, that's bad advice. That's a dumb idea. I don't like it. We have an opportunity to create change, right? To inspire people, to build little focus groups, to build communities. And that's a huge thing that so many people right now I feel aren't really taking advantage of. And so I want to help people with that. I don't know if you guys know, most of you know, but I wrote a book called Financial Joy in 2017, Know the Data Behind Your Dreams. Because a lot of times people are like, video, how do I know if it's working? How do we know, Cyndi? I always ask people, hey, did you see the video? No. Can I send it to you? Will you watch it? Yeah. People will respond, yeah. So I want to encourage you all, if you're not creating a video a week right now, that's my challenge to you. That's your opportunity. It could be daily, but notice the things where you're like, that's a really bad idea that so-and-so said, or that this chucklehead on TV said, or that my neighbor said in some Facebook group. Every time you see something you're frustrated about, you can respond with a better vision, better idea, a different perspective to offer. That creative class, many of you in the room here, these thought leaders, these engineers of empowerment or encouragement, huge opportunity. And so as we move forward, the publication, so Dreamosity is what I'm calling it because I couldn't think of a better name and I own that.com. So it worked that every kid out there driving through the freeway sad, stuck, every parent, every grandparent, they're looking for great moments that we can help them experience based on how we facilitate events, things like this. Thank you, Cyndi, for putting us together. Because what a cool thing to talk about. Hey, I'm 15 years old in the business world. I feel like I watched the internet really grow from like toddler to preteen to now a teenager. And we're not yet midlife yet, you guys. Like, it's gonna get weird here. But the opportunity is for those of us who know how to use the tools and the creative ideas. What drives you to succeed every day? I think so, like when I was back in the freeway driving and I was so sad and so I'm like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like, how am I gonna make money? Like, money is this fundamental thing that we all have to have. And so I have this vision, and it kind of was a download years ago, but this idea of how do we get financial joy in every home in America? Okay, that's a big goal. Can I get it to every home in Snohomish County? Not even like I have it, but the conversation between partners, between spouses, between sisters and mothers and daughters and grandparents. Like, how cool if you were to all go home today and say, hey, what would financial joy look like for you today, this week? What does that mean? Do we need a budget? Do we need a sales plan? Do we need to stop spending money that we can't afford? Do we need to learn how to take this idea and turn it into 40 grand? Right? So to me, like, there's an exciting opportunity to shift the conversation, again, based on what we see as a frustration or an odd point.
Well, I just want to share that what I really just love about you, Marcel, there's so much, but what I love about you is your positivity and how you focus on possibility. And that's something that no matter what the financial landscape of the, because it changes. Like we all lived through 2009, 2010 and all that craziness, and then
I started my business in 2008, by the way. It's a fun economy to start.
Yeah, so that's a point. 2009 was a crazy time. Yeah. And yet look what was birthed out of that. Kim and Brien's business, Exceptional Connections, Dreamosity, and so just being able to focus on this too shall pass and possibilities is huge. And we need people like you. I consider you like a financial cheerleader, or not financial, but financial and just in the business realm, you're a cheerleader.
Well, and the bigger anchor behind all of that for me is like, so when I was driving up the freeway sad, I felt very alone because I was disconnected from my friends at college. I was done with school now. My family was, I don't know where they were, but I felt very alone. And that, right now, a lot of people don't like social media because it's overwhelming or whatever. But in the last 15 years, I built out this database of over 100 communities where people gather. So when I first got started, like my very first client, I don't even think Facebook groups were around. We just published to the internet and that was it. But once groups came out, one of my very first courses back in the day was called the Social Media List Machine, how to use groups to grow your business. So we created groups, we created lots of different groups. And then every client project I've had, like with Lisa, you've got probably 5, 6, 20 other groups connected to how to get organized. Exceptional Connections, you've got dozens of communities pulling into that space. I know with P&A, there's dozens that are pulling into P&A, and same with Laugh Tech. And so what I'm excited about with social media and like connecting financial joy to the social thing is we all have a sphere of influence. Social media lets us care for them, encourage them, love them, teach them, correct them, inspire them. And that's where you guys, as you're seeing things out there, sad people, annoying people, whatever, our opportunity is to help guide them, inspire them, and it doesn't have to just be like in one freeway lane. You could literally be connecting to people in 10, 20 spaces every single day, right? That's something, this creative class, I want to, people keep asking like, what's your target market? And I say remarkable leader, and they're like, what's a remarkable leader? And to me, I define it often as a graphic designer who does not communicate as well as they could, because they're the ones literally publishing to the internet. They're the ones publishing the content. But also the thought leaders, the visionaries, they can't communicate their vision to the creatives. So there's this like dual opportunity for visuals, for creatives, for artwork, for marketing materials and advertisements to be useful, to be fun, to be affordable, to be impactful, where we make a choice based on what somebody said on the internet. And that's what the opportunity is in the game of how do I get enough people to see what I'm doing to say, yes, here's my money, here's my card, here's 16 referrals. I got this group of people that need exactly what you have. And that's really what can happen for all of us. I do have kind of 3 ideas of how you guys could contribute today. 1, take my card, give it to people. Go on the website, look at the publication, read it. I need readers, I need viewership. And feedback. I'm a very creative person. If you're like Marcel, that was foggy AF, let me know. Please tell me. Like I don't have a Brien, right? Like I do have a Brien, but not like that, right? So I need feedback. You guys, I'm not married, I'll say that. Your feedback, your eyes and ears on my content will help steer me and cheer me, right? So feedback is important because I will do better because of what you help me with. Number 2, interview me. This is a weird one. Instagram, Facebook Live. I want to help you develop your interview skills. I think you should be interviewing each other every month. My challenge to you is interview me. Ask me about data art. Ask me about social media. Ask me about video. That would help me articulate it in ways that I haven't been able to do in a monologue type of thing. And number 3, the revenue ringlet. That is my growing community for social media, financial joy, data art. If you guys aren't already in it, please come in to the other side and we'll help elevate you. And I'll share your videos. I'll help you get better at video content because I call it the revenue ringlet because it's like our hair. You know, some days you're like, I look good, I feel good. That's how some marketing months are. You're like, oh, I made a lot of money, right? Your best month, oh, that was good. And some days you're like, what's wrong with this? Like, you need a space to come and say, wow, something didn't work last month. I need help and support, right? So there's a lot of opportunity in that group. And right now, Brian's giving the money saying, it's only $800 lifetime value. It will be going up soon. So I challenge you, come in. If you can do it all at once, it's okay. I can always, like Kim, negotiate a deal. But I really believe I'm going to help raise up some of these the creative class to do more. And like, it's not about doing more as much as having more ease with what you're doing, so your impact is much greater. Because the internet collapses time in a way that you wouldn't even believe when you start leveraging the tool that's right in front of us. So let me know. So if we get 5 of us in here, it's just, I want people to learn. I want to raise up this thoughtful community.
Sign up sheet.
Yeah, sign me up. We'll send something around.
Stay tuned. Thank you.
Yay! So a goodie bag, and again, I want to have you send that around and have everybody.
Take a whole page, you guys. Don't be shy. My love language is words of affirmation. Give me some wisdom, encourage me. So if I'm ever crying on the freeway, I'll have.
And what I did for each of them is they each get a marketing table.
Oh, wow. Yay.
So let me know. I think I said between now and October.
Yeah.
You get a complimentary marketing table at Exceptional Connections also. So let me know. And then this is your plant, and then Brenda and Lisa have goodies for you too.
Okay, I'm gonna pass.
So let's give her a hand again. Thank you.